It was 30 years ago that you guys went to New York City. Was it in New York?
New York. Waldorf Astoria.
Waldorf Astoria.
For the very first induction of rock and roll stars into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that had just been, it was all kind of coming together. Now, they inducted Chuck Berry, Fats Domino, James Brown, Buddy Holly, in that first class. But the last guy was your close friend, George, Elvis, and the man who kind of keeps us all working. And it was an amazing night.
It was an amazing night, Jim. And I was getting concerned because I was the last guy to go up. And Jack went with me, and Jack introduced me, and Jack will remember this. The two young people there on stage were John Lennon's kids.
Sean and Julian.
Sean and Julian, and Julian had a pin on that said Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, that was your dad's pen? And he said, yes, it was.
Yeah, and they had some great introductory quotes about the things that their dad had said about Elvis.
Yeah.
And I remember the podium had a glass top.
That's right.
And you looked straight through the podium, and there was Yoko Ono in the front
man.
row.
Wow.
Keeping an eye on the boys.
Yeah,
it was
so.
And all the stars were there. They had their own tables. Jerry Lee, Fats Domino, like you said, Jackie Wilson, and all those people. It was a very historic night and very big in my career,
Jack got up, introduced you, and this is what it sounded like when you spoke to the audience that night 30 years ago.
Thank you, Jack. Before I came up tonight, the killer Jerry Lee had the best line I've heard all night backstage. He said, George, Elvis has been gone 8 years, and he still outdraws all of us. And he does at Graceland, $600,000 a year. I want to thank Priscilla and Lisa because indeed this is probably the biggest honor I've ever had other than being selected to be a pallbearer at his funeral by his father. I want to congratulate all the other inductees because I know that Elvis would have congratulated them all and thought perhaps that this night was long overdue. Elvis was a very, very humble man. He was a terrifically nice guy. You may recall that on January the 8th, 1935, a star was born. You see, a star, ladies and gentlemen, is not made. A star is born. Jerry Lee Lewis was born. Richard was born. Fats, they were all born. They weren't made. Star is born. I'd like to say that the real honest-to-goodness rags to riches rise of the most inspiring version of the American dream to ever happen. And in doing so, Elvis fulfilled the hopes and dreams of an entire generation, and the world was never to be the same again. You see, Elvis Presley wasn't a star. He was a damn galaxy. Look at that picture up there. That's the king you're looking at.
That was George Klein 30 years ago this past week accepting Elvis's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I was pretty nervous, too.
You were on fire, man.
You know what? You turned the podium into a pulpit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You were getting ready to go Sam Phillips on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.